I'm Sir Tap Tap. Let's play Prior by Krang Games. I recognize that name. This should be good. There's a light. I'll name him Tom. Hello, Tom. Isolation. We're a little block. Isn't that cute? Look at his little eye. Look at his. Look at the eye. Are you looking? You're looking. Nope. I was gonna read that. Oh. Neat respawn animation. All right, let's read that note. Don't you shake your head at me, bro. Oh man, how do I... Maybe it's Metroidvania style and I can get up there later. Lift. It's kind of looking Metroidvania style now. What with the, there's obviously different pathways to go. So there's notes and we gotta read them. I assume. What you got for me here? Subject and sharp. Subject and sharp. Oh, and sharp interrobang. Or not interrobang. Just a bang. Subject and sharp bang often uses the Q key to read notes. This requires further study. Excellent. We've learned how to read notes. We kind of bounce when we land. Or do we? Maybe we don't. We don't. Never mind. It's just sort of the animation kind of looked like it. Breaker. So we got some wires, we got a button. What do we got over here? Buttons! Subject and sharp bang has a tendency to jump and press down in midair when over buttons. This requires further study. You say a lot of things require further study. Mysterious voice in my head. I don't trust you. The lights are on! Hooray! I'm sure this will be a happy game now that the lights are on. City XY asterisk 213. New staff take note. The West City is XY asterisk 213. It is a popular destination for those seeking a new life. Hooray. Whee! Yeah, there is sort of a jiggle animation when he lands. We've got jiggle physics. This game is already at least an 8 out of 10. Can't get up there. Yet. Oh, I guess the lift is now working since we turned on the lights. This music isn't foreboding at all now, is it? Absolutely not foreboding. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit nasally, it's because I've had a flu for 4 days now. I stopped coughing, so I seem to have taken appropriate amount of medication. Idle. Whenever things get too hectic, subject and sharp bang will press escape and stand idle for a moment. This requires further study. I don't want to... Oh, fine. Oh, it lets you go to the... I think it's trying to teach you how to use the walkthrough, I guess. And Sharpbang captured! Subject and Sharpbang has been removed from his family. They are now in captivity. My wife has like an octopus on her head. That's not hair. That is an octopus. And poor little Susie Box doesn't know that her mother's been taken over by an octopus. They're crafty mothers, you know that? Octopi? I've seen this octopus get out of a little... He's like chilling in this jar. Why did I die? Did I press R? He's just sitting in this jar and having fun being in a jar because he's an octopus. And then this guy puts a cap on it and the octopus takes off the cap. It's excellent. War with the light folk worsens. We need a savior or a weapon. This requires further study. I'm not sure how that requires further study. You say everything. You know, just... You can cut it out with the further study. It's pretty much implied at this point. We got some sort of racial tension going on here. What do we got here? Augmented. My vision is augmented. Lot sharp Q question mark? Seems to have given subjects strange power. They can jump in midair, prep for test on subject, and sharp bang. Period. This requires further study. It requires further study, guys. What do we got over here? I've got a tube of blue and a tube of green. I'll take a tube of green if you don't mind. Boop. Now we can double jump. See, I called it with the Metroidvania stuff. I knew because of that note. Let's read that note now that we can. Probably says something about and sharp bang. Whoa, did you see that weird physics bit when he like jiggled when he landed? Oh, whatever. I sometimes get distracted by unusual mechanics, deliberate or otherwise. Like the controls are just a bit weird here, but I mean, It's not a big deal since this is obviously isn't like Super Metroid level of precision required. Mental map. Subject Ann Sharpbang has, since this incident, developed an excellent memory. He has little difficulty recalling his whereabouts by pressing E. This requires further study. Okie dokie. Well, let's read that note. We're gonna read that note. I've been waiting this whole game, 5 minutes, to read that note. I'm gonna read it. You'll see. You'll all see when that note is like the end of the game and I win because I went back here and read it. That's what's gonna happen. Okay? I'm calling it right now. This requires further study. Well, this is now the epilogue since the game's now over. Was there anything that required further study down here? Map. Aha! This ledge requires further study. Excellent. We've got a map. Or not a map, just another note. I'm not sure why I called that a map. It's obviously not a map. Would have been mind-blowing if that actually was a map. Relocation. Dr. +/G has a new office. If you need to speak with him, head to the facility's lowest level, Sub-Basement 5. Sub-Basement 5. Well, we can't go to Sub-Basement 5. Let's just leave that bit of foreshadowing for later. Is there further? No. You know what? I'm just gonna look just to make sure there's nothing I can get to with the double jump here. And there isn't. Get up. See, that's the weird physics I was talking about. It's not terrible, but it's a little weird. You could also kind of see it when he was on that elevator. It was sort of like blending into the ground a little bit there. Not a huge deal, just kind of weird. You know, I really wish more developers would like share their game engines and like open source engines and stuff. Because that's one of a few things keeping me away from like trying to make a game just for funsies. Hard to get an engine unless like RPG Maker is all you really need, and that's kind of rarely the case. It's sort of hard to get like a pre-made engine just to screw around with, because I mean, I really don't want to start off making a game just by making the engine. I want to just like screw around with some basic level design and like a basic shoot 'em up or platformer or something engine. Subject Ann Sharpbang will be kept in isolation until further notice. And that's something like Twine and stuff. Like a whole bunch of games have been made with Twine, and like that's not a very complicated engine or anything. But you know, you give people the tools and they can make really cool stuff. And like, I've heard good things about Unity, but I've also heard pretty bad thing about its 2D support, even since Unity 2D. Dr. +/G. Dr. +/G is the director of this facility. All staff report to him. This requires further study. Damn it. Not sure what that... I'm sure you heard my loud clacking keys, so I'm not sure why I didn't jump there. This requires further study. Mistakes. Subject Ann Sharpbang is not perfect. However, when Ann Sharpbang makes mistakes, he simply presses R. This requires further study. Oh, man, I should not do demon voice. Demon voice is not a good idea right now. Ascent. Gotta go up then. I sort of like when games give you tips on how to play as you go on. Like, it avoids like a stupid tutorial that shows you everything at once. And the problem with the tutorial that tries to show you everything at once is invariably, if you have a tutorial that explains all game mechanics, and then you like, using, you know, standard level design, you don't use a mechanic for a few levels, your user forgets you ever taught them how to use that, because you don't use it. Chemical and 7.3. Chemical and 7.3 has been developed. Even though it hasn't been tested or specs confirmed, trial testing is on schedule. This requires further study. So you end up like... Crescent Pale Mist was the game where I majorly recall that being an issue, where like the tutorial teaches you stuff, and then the game doesn't have you use that stuff, and then you forget about it when you actually need it. Gravnull. Users equipped with the device 2-7 Gravnull device will press space to disable all local gravity. These guys are really bad at naming things. Press space to activate. Local gravity is negated. You just said that like 1 note ago. Come on, man. To maximize effect, activate shortly after jumping. This requires further study. Oh, you can disable it too. Okay. Users find the Gravnull a bit tricky to master, but an invaluable advantage. When used for scouting and search parties, it will save countless lives. Damage can be undone. How is damage to be undone? That sounds somewhat foreboding. Ominous, etc. Press that button. Now maybe you can escape. We're gonna read those letters though. I'm gonna read all the letters. You can't stop me! You're not my real mom. Oh, you can double jump after doing that. Excellent, excellent. We're gonna read all these notes. That's how it's gonna go. Boop. Alright. I don't know why I'm here. They took me in the night. They won't tell me why. I didn't do anything. Well, they tell me that I'm guilty and that I'm serving out for my punishment for the greater good. They torture me, interrogate me, drug me. I hate this place. And everyone working here can burn in hell. I want to go home. This requires further study. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. This requires further study. When's Dad coming back? Dad requires further study. Activities! All faculty activities are sanctioned by Dr. Bless/G. Refer any inquiries to him at Subbasement V. As my cat attempts to murder the drapes in the background. What are you doing? I like that when you jump up, it just puts you on a safe platform. Lots of games don't do that very well, especially like, I've seen lots of Flash games where you'll just like be put in, you know, you just sort of fall up in, you know, the same position you would be. But the problem with that in a game like this, well, for one thing, the physics aren't that great, and also since it's screen by screen instead of smooth scrolling, it can be really tricky to try and like land properly. So it can just be a little annoyance. Face of warfare. The 7-G Gravnull device has been put to great effect in putting enemy's troop into a state of extreme disadvantage. This requires further study. What do we got? Yeah, we have everything we need over here. Or rather, everything to read. I like that the areas are named. It would also be, well, I think I like the naming better than like a grid system. Crap. But a grid system on the map, like G1, or like we'd be B3. What do you got? We'd be B3 here, and that really helps for like walkthroughs or like asking questions about a game. But I like the names too. The name like lets you, like it gives the levels a bit of personality, which is cool. But it also has that same benefit of, it has that same benefit of being able to say like, oh hey, I'm stuck on the map world, what do I do here? Which is useful. I had a lot of trouble in Tokitori 2. Very good game. But it's really hard to look up help because there's no names for anything. And it's like all, like there's no levels, it's like one continuous world map, which is really cool, but pretty confusing when you need help. Highway-213. New staff take note, to get to City XY 213, take the facility garage exit. This leads to Highway 213. It's only sounding a bit Half-Life-y. Half-Life 2-y, more specifically. My cat is attempting to, burrow under a large chair. Thank you for listening to Cat Updates 2014. I like that grav, like, there's still friction, so you still, like, slow down. Oh wait, no there's not. Oh, there is if you hit walls, apparently, but I mean, I don't know, it just works really well. I like it. I'm sure it'd be game-breaking in, like, unless, like, in something not designed around it, but it's pretty cool. And I haven't seen something like that used in a game before, really. Subject and Sharp Bang is proving to be quite difficult. However, he's showing much potential. This requires further study. That was just supposed to be a quiet voice, but throat not good. Lockdown. As of the time of facility evacuation, a state of lockdown will be engaged. All emergency doors will be secured and must be manually released from local access points. No employee, with the exception of Dr. +/G, may override this lockdown. Too bad. I can override any kind of lockdowns I want. I'm the main character. You can't get in my way. I'll kill you. Or I would if I had any proper method of doing so. Yeah, there is still friction. I rescind my earlier statement. Just very little friction. Welcome. I feel like I shouldn't leave yet. Like there might be cool stuff. Phew. Urgent update. We have identified the base of the Light Folk military leaders. Accelerate all project. I don't want to leave without reading all of the crap, but I'm not sure which way to go. Aha! This is not the right way to go, which is good. Oh, wait, no. We can float over. Okay. See, the gravity thing really makes you rethink levels. Formula at 7-3. Subject and Sharp Bang has reacted to at 7-3. Situation extreme. Spec forces used to detain subject. Recommend isolation. We're not supposed to escape, but we did! Haha. In your faces. Mysterious, bad people. What is this? It seems bad. This seems endgamey. I'm not sure I want to be here. Removal. This requires further study. It's imperative the subject and Sharp Bang is kept away from his family. Avoid an extreme emotional psychological imbalance. We are going to turn away. I'm sorry, but... No, we're going to press on until I see something like 100% certain to be not... or to be like endgame or something content. Bliss. Reminder to all employees, this facility represents the cutting edge of the nation's scientific research and development. Please treat it, and all contents with it, even the test subjects, with the utmost respect. Hero! Dr. +G has awarded the 8* medal for his services to his nation. This requires further study. I still love that little eye. It's excellent. After formula at 7-3 was injected, subject and Sharp Bang's behavior changed. He soon became incoherent and attempted to attack the advisors watching over him. While this effect was intended, it was hoped that the magnitude could be controlled. This is not the case. This requires further study. I hope this isn't the end, because I want to see the other stuff. And Sharp Bang unstable. This requires further study. After he'd been subdued, a team was deployed to recover the bodies of subject and Sharp Bang's wife and daughter. They will be analyzed in an attempt to find out how the subject killed them. This requires further study. That seems... that is definitely the ending. We're not going there yet. I'm sorry, guys. In fact, we're going to pause it until I get back to other stuff. Hold on. Just as a brief note, you can just barely get out of that pit. I tried a couple times and thought maybe it was impossible. It is totally possible to get out of that. You just have to time your second jump really well. I just wanted to pause and show you the amazing quality of Congregate's chat over here. This, I would pay money for this. This is Twitch quality stuff right here. Okay, so, number one, the thing my cat was playing with is a cough drop. He has unfortunately learned that these are toys while I'm sick. It's mildly annoying. Also, you can only negate gravity with one jump, so that's why I thought maybe that other jump was impossible, but it's not. Underway. Subject and Sharpbang has been removed from his family for over 1 year. The mannerisms appear stable. Formula at 7-3, trial shall begin. Well, we know how that turned out. Parker! No! It's not your toy. This makes me not die. Get down. Garage! This requires further study. Discovery! This requires further study. Another unforeseen side effect requires further study of Formula at 7-3. Subject and Sharpbang requires further study. Has suffered total amnesia, which requires further study. He no longer remembers who he is. This requires further study. Much bigger map than I was kind of expecting. Expecting this to be a bit of a quickie. I like the story, though. Decision. As negative side effects were surfacing in Subject and Sharpbang due to the Formula at 7-3, we reunited him with his family to surprise him into submission. This required further study. Parker. Get down. Can't see. Get down. Sorry, my cat requires further study. Inevitable. Anguish! That device was meant to be used in the military as a scouting and reconnaissance tool only. It's completely inhumane in combat. You have to do anything to win, but I never authorized its usage as a weapon. It's behind my back. Why do I care? This requires further study and introspection. Are there multiple endings at either side of the map or something? Is that what you're doing here? Okay. By special order of Dr. +/G, all personnel require further study and are to evacuate the facility. The facility is to require further study and threatened as derelict, to be treated as derelict. All operations which require further study in the facility are hereby suspended by my authority, which requires further study. Boop. 213. That seems interesting. And Sharpbang, what's done is done. Finish before you began. Your actions, no matter how dedicated or intriguing, can change nothing. This is seeming like a different ending. The one. Wait, was that 213? 213. No! Goodness. That's not good. It's not good at all. That was a different ending, wasn't it? Please tell me I don't have to replay the whole game. I guess it won't take as long as time. This requires further study. Prior! Continue. Are you kidding me? I have to do the whole thing again? Are you joshing me? They are not joshing me. Well, I'll pause it and go ahead and continue on. Okie dokie. I'm pretty sure there's at least one more ending where we go back in the base and go find Dr. like /+G or whatever. You belong here. This requires further study. I belong in that pit. I admit it. I'm reunited with my family. Oh right, I killed them. Forgot about that part. Whoops! That requires further study. Alright, one more playthrough. You guys, I just noticed. Look at this. This is a box. Click wake up. The eye. It's him. It's the box. It's the box. That blew my mind. It was pretty cool. Alright, back to playing the game. This requires further study. Okay, I missed this one. I guess I forgot. Well, I guess I didn't realize you could go over here. But yeah, we didn't explore this way. So we're going to. I really hope it's not a fourth ending, because that means I have to redo everything all over again. Oh-ho! A facility map. Dokily dokily. Notice that exit we just went to. It's not on that map. Oh, secure areas hidden. Oh ho ho. Posthumous study. Subject and Sharp Bang has been secured and his family has been moved to the restraint depot. This requires further study. You already noticed. This requires further study. If subject and Sharp Bang escapes in the city to the west, we will not be able to track him. I guess I should have found that before the city ending. But yeah, city ending, obviously bad things happened because we, well, escaped the city and we're apparently a very dangerous little block. So yeah. Alright, we'll continue right, actually, I think it's right up here. Oh, right. We'll continue in a moment. Alright, I also wanted to note, I really like that the map, the level names sort of tell a story some of the times, but not always. Also, I went back and pressed all the buttons, just in case, like, that's an important thing. Like, as I know I saw, like, 5 doors. We were trying to go down to Dr. / whatever his butt is. Dr. + G. Unforeseen side effects. By order of Dr. + G, subject and Sharp Bang's family is to be moved to the restraint depot for further analysis and further study. You know, I met a girl who required further study, if you know what I mean. You know, like with a scalpel. A new soldier that requires further study. Formula at 7-3 is predicted to increase strength, deaden pain receptors, and repress complex thinking, thus created powerful, fearless, loyal soldiers. This requires further study. What could possibly go wrong? Let's get in there. It only took a couple minutes to get to the other ending, so I mean, it's not really a big deal, but it's kind of annoying that you know, have to get the powers back, like the double jump and the float. Subject ready. Subject and Sharp Bang is ready to be administered formula at 7-3. No side effects predicted. Haha, that requires further study. Preparation. Are we gonna get injected? Whee! Maintenance. Oh! Okay, we don't need to press all the other buttons because this is how we do it. Pretty sure that means only one more ending then. Cycle. I'm gonna guess this is the good ending. Or better ending, possibly. Shame! Guilt! The fools gave me that award for creating the weapon that will win the war. It's not a weapon. It's claimed thousands of lives. It is meant to preserve our own. It's bad, okay? It's just bad stuff is happening. That should have been apparent. Boop. Boop. There we go. Sorry. I misbooped. I didn't mean to do that. It happens. It happens to lots of guys, okay? They misboop. It happens. Sub-Basement 5. By a special of Dr. + G, subject and Sharp Bang is to be kept in the isolation and remain under watch. Keep him in his cell. Do not provide him with any stimulus. Oh, the light. That was stimulus. You shouldn't have done that. Ignorance. City bombed. Oh, crap. Our capital city, DA-75, or 725, has been attacked in the worst offensive of the war to date. Death toll estimates in the millions. So the city was destroyed before it even escaped. That's great. That's just great. Revelation. You guys ready for a Bible study? The many. Those dead bodies. Scratches on the walls. Honor the memory. DA-725. This requires further study. Boop. Yep. Office of Dr. + G. I'm sorry too. Welp. These guys won, I guess. Everyone's dead. The end? Huh. Well, this was prior. It required further study.